Erico Grossman with 3 items, 14M, 17A, 21A.
Welcome, Erico.
This is regarding staff attending professional meetings and conferences, and I believe the majority of our RUSD staff conduct themselves professionally as educators while representing our district. Unfortunately, I learned that when our school board members, Candy and Janet, attended a California School Board conference in Sacramento earlier this year, they were protesting transgender children. Candy posted a photo of herself and Janet on her Instagram account with a well-known anti-trans activist holding a sign containing a hateful message toward transgender children. Even if they protested during their personal time, it is deeply concerning for elected officials to use a taxpayer-funded trip and their positions as school board members to protest transgender issues. Additionally, the trans activist whom Candy and Janet protested alongside made headlines last year for stripping down to a bikini top and bottoms at a school board meeting. Her children reportedly left her due to abusive behavior. Your behavior is highly unprofessional. If teachers were found protesting against racial minority with hateful messages during a taxpayer-funded trip, they would face serious consequences. As elected officials, I expect you to conduct yourselves professionally and uphold the values of respect and inclusion when representing our district. Okay, on to 17A. Regarding layoffs, our TA stated the district was misleading about the 13% raise for teachers. The deputy superintendent identified this as a major contributor to the deficit, and I request clarification. I've also seen claims that expanded Title IX enforcement is costing district money due to past scandals. These measures, however, are essential for student safety and for protecting the district from future litigation. Superintendent Cabral stated that most sexual misconduct incidents are student to student, and that the district failed to adequately address this in the past. Taking appropriate action should reduce reports and related costs. I believe the actions of Candy, Janet, and Michelle also contributed to an increase in complaints, so you should be working to reduce it as well. Special education spending has increased by $12 million, reportedly due to a 10% rise in student needing services over 9 years. There was also $5 million in overspending on a single outside agency last year. If that amount went to one agency, how much was spent on all agencies? The district relied heavily on outsourcing rather than hiring paraprofessionals, significantly inflating costs. The district's history of denying service has resulted in litigation and additional expenses, including placements in non-public schools with the district covering tuition, transportation, and bus aids. Clearly, multiple factors must have contributed to the $17 million deficit. It is hard to trust a cabinet that fails to provide transparency and instead chooses layoffs. One more. What is this obsession with books? Please provide evidence that reading books with sexual content has caused the students to engage in sexual misconduct or sexual assault. As the superintendent has stated, most reports of sexual misconduct are student to student, and we clearly need meaningful action to reduce incidents. It is quite embarrassing that sexual assault is being addressed by restricting books. The book Genderqueer does not promote sexual behavior. It explores young person discovering their identity. Most importantly, it teaches that you do not have to do something you are uncomfortable with, and that is perfectly fine. This is a crucial message for young people. Interestingly, Many well anti-trans figures argue that teens are less interested in sexual behavior nowadays, and that this is one of the main reasons that teens become transgender, which does not make any sense. I'm very confused by the idea that some people claim to want to promote sexual behavior among teens, while also wanting to remove anything that contains sexual content from books. I don't understand why people are so obsessed with teen sexual behavior. I find it quite pervasive. Individual who challenged the bluest eye and Push claimed that books about sexual assault causes teenage boys to experience arousal, that only sexual scenes from the books remain in your mind for life, and that menopausal women don't understand. This is deeply disturbing. I don't know whether he was describing his own experience and applying it to the general public, but that reaction is deeply concerning and reflects a lack of education. On the other hand, books like Genderqueer teaches self-awareness, consent, and personal boundaries, lessons that help prevent harm rather than cause it. That is far more effective than what you are doing. You're just wasting our resources.
Thank you, Erico.